The federal court yesterday handed a blow to Apple and Google, ruling the tech giants engaged in anti-competitive conduct. In a landmark decision, the court found both companies broke the law by misusing their market power in the way they run their app stores. The judgment is a major win for consumers, paving the way for two class actions covering millions of Australian users, as well as digital developers. Business law and taxation expert Michael Duffy says this decision will set a precedent for other digital platforms.
It came about because Fortnite was removed from one of the apps because they basically wanted to make their own charging system, and that wasn't considered, or Apple and Google weren't happy about that, so they were removed.
So why is this considered a landmark decision that was made yesterday?
Well, I think it's basically increased accountability from the big US tech giants. They're very strong, they're very powerful, but it looks as though that they are subject to law and they are subject to Australia's competition law, so it's setting a precedent in terms of what's been reported, a misuse of market power in the way that they've conducted their app stores.
And notably, it clears the way for two class actions. What can you tell us about that?
Well, the way the class action system works is you have a finding, and in terms of what's been reported about the finding, there's a basis now for loss to be proved, and the loss is usually, in these sorts of cases, particularly in relation to consumers, the loss is in relation to that the consumers have paid more than they should have paid because of the anti-competitive behaviour, and this is the second stage, and this is how class actions are supposed to work. You have a finding that embraces the entire class of people, and then those people can come forward and show if they've suffered loss as a result of the breaches.
And will this change how digital platforms operate in Australia? And further to that, what will it mean for pricing?
Well, it's certainly a precedent, and the digital platforms will have to take note of it and make sure that they comply with the law. Pricing, hopefully, it will be good for consumers, or it should almost certainly be good for consumers, and probably good for product developers as well. The app developers who will have a greater flexibility, and that they'll be able to get a fair go as well.